everybody. How are you all doing? G'day, g'day. Welcome to you all. Thank you very much for joining me. And my name is the Aussie Don, your 2023 Week 6 Screenshot Contest winner for Train Simulator Classic. Hello to you all. And welcome aboard to our Train Sim World Free coverage. It is Thursday the 23rd of March 2023, coming to you live and direct from our studio in Sydney, Australia. And if you are watching this on the replay, thank you very much for joining me. If you are watching within the first 24 hours, it could be still in SD quality at 1440p. And do note, it will be in HD quality as soon as YouTube has fully processed the replay of the live stream. So welcome aboard, and thank you very much for joining us for this Electrostar action of the Class 375 on the Southeastern high-speed UK route on Train Sim World 3. We're playing on PC Steam. Do enjoy the trip. 10:52 a.m. is the service, and we've got a bit of light rain here today, starting it off. Here we go. All right. So first things first, let's get that key in there and get the. We don't want the emergencies in there already. We want the doors open. We want lights. We also want some wipers. And what's that? Okay, let's make sure all those are on. Yep, they're all on. And shall close those doors. We have the lights on there. Lovely doubly. Alright, here we go. I'll get to the live chat very shortly, folks. Oh, it's the same as what we had on midweek World of Trains. We've got a double dosser. Before? After. After? Before. After? Before. What is currently now, and what was post 2019. All right. Okay. DRA is off. Ashley Cole's Southeastern fan says hi. Hi to you. Probably got the same deal. Yeah, all the stops. And now we're getting the Trainbow version of the ICE in the timetable and able to take it any time we like. I'm now actually calling for the Southeastern one to finally be out of restrictions and be added to the timetable as an option as well. So yeah, if somebody else doesn't put it on the forums, I will. It really needs to be unrestricted, you know what I mean? As much as I don't really care for a Trainbow, but anyway. Chatham Platform 2 is our next stop. I think it's the 7 actually. Electrostar is what it's better known as. Might be a 9 and 6, I don't know. The /6, you wondering if they 700's been confirmed. Themes link are finally coming to Train Sim World. It's not officially been announced by Dovetail themselves, but they've gave us a clue. Well, they've gave us a clue. Everybody's saying it's a leak. call it a leak clue, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, 700 was actually leaked over a month ago. It's the /0, 700/0, and it's going to run between. Oh, hang on, jetpack. It's going to run between Rochester. I do believe it's going to run between Rochester and Rainham. Actually, it might run actually like it used to from Strood to Rochester. Oh, no, hang on. I think I might be a bit wrong on that. I think it's the same pattern as the 465 used to go on. Pretty sure. But yeah, 700's definitely been announced, so that's good. Looking forward to that. Obviously, you know the drill, folks. Sounds like somebody's not paying attention to the news on Train Sim World. Yes, it is. Yes, the Class 700 is coming out for Train Sim World 3. It's going to add 80-something services, I think it was. Just a little bit under 90. A little bit under 90 services, so it's going to be good. Fingers crossed that they don't screw job it like they did with Train Simulator and bring out a prototype crap. You know, hopefully Armstrong Powerhouse has evolved in it, because obviously the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 700 series was way better, and obviously Armstrong Powerhouse did a 66 sounded one, so I'm hoping that they're also evolved with the 700. A lot of people are speculating that actually the Armstrong Powerhouse's first route is actually going to be either them or Alan Thompson's first route is going to be the Blackpool route. So yeah, Blackpool's been massively rumoured to be coming at some point here in 2023, and yes, it's been rumoured. It's one or the other. I can't remember which one it was. It's actually been. It's not a Dovetail route. I know that. But yeah, I wasn't too sure if it was Alan Thompson or it was Armstrong that's planning it. That'll be an absolute awesome route because they'll bring Northern into the mix, and yeah, certainly we'll look forward to that. But yes, it's good to see Themes Link are finally officially now, but ready to rock and roll. I wish they'd pull the umbrella down before they enter. That'd be so cool. Obviously, the Class 700 will be an add-on DLC, folks, so it is a payware. You have to pay for it. We'll jump it. Oh, you know me, I'm always getting in front of the screenshot there. I try to get in front of it as much as I possibly can sometimes, and then sort of it creeps up at you, and you sort of fall behind. Sometimes you could be just a little bit in front or right on level. When is it coming? It's not official by Dovetail side yet, but they have. Well, it is and it isn't. Dovetail in the latest article threw it up there in the Loco bundle article, and one of the PSIs said themes link. It doesn't say the whole word, but you can clearly see it, and yeah, it was actually leaked by a data miner here a few weeks ago on the Epic Games site. All the coding and the locos and stuff, and all the bundle stuff was there. Blackpool route was actually there, and all the routes, Lincoln Railstrucker and all that was all in it. And then 700 was class 700 was in it as well. So yeah, that's great news. Great news. But yeah, a fellow Aussie bloke has been going around trying to get into see what's going along, and has actually been throwing it up on his YouTube channel, which I find highly wrong. And I wish Dovetail would shut this guy down, to be brutally honest, because I hate leaks. I like to be surprised. I like to be surprised. The only thing I'm not surprised about is that every 2 years we get a new train symbol. So it's like, well, duh. We know we can't. We know you guys are coming up with another train symbol, and what? Same shit, same spell, just a new name. Did the same thing with Train Simulator for how many years? Until you finally settled on it just being classic. Pardon me. No confirmed date. I say it will be within between April and May or June. April and June this year. That's the time frame I'm putting it in. I wouldn't be surprised next month, actually. I would not be surprised if it's next month. But yeah, that's the safe bet between April and June. I'll be surprised if it's later than that. And actually, I'll probably think it might be a blessing in disguise if it's a bit later than that anyway, because then, yeah, I obviously would like, because it's been such a great loco, I'd love to see them actually get it bloody correct, instead of rush jobbing the thing like they all do with every other bloody thing. The only thing they're not rushing on at the moment actually is a patch for the Northeast Corridor, New York Trenton. Over a month and still no patch. Okay. Yeah, I'm sort of not worried about Creators Club stuff at the moment. Obviously, we have a lot going on our plate already. We've got the Loco bundle on top of Nitatan Barn, on top of Northeast Corridor still, and then we've got Lincoln Railstrucker there as well. So our plate's pretty full now at the moment. Obviously, Nitatan Barn's releasing Friday morning, 4 AM here in Australia for PC Steam. Obviously, that's the PC Steam time is exactly the same around the PC Steam time is not exactly the same. At the same time around the world it's releasing, but when it releases here in Sydney it's 4 AM. So it used to be 3 AM, and then the US time just changed here last week I think it was. US time changed. And by the way, actually, if you're based in the UK, when does your time change? When does the time zone change? Like... So I know it'll be coming up because the US has just recently changed. And I know UK is not far behind usually. Yeah, okay, no worries. I know it's not that far. I think it's next month anyway, but I know our times are changing anyway very soon anyway. When daylight savings finishing up at the end of the month, I do believe, because we're in daylight saving here in Sydney, and when it does finish, the time goes back to it levels up back with Queensland. So Queensland's currently, if it's 8 p.m. here in Sydney, it's 7 p.m. up there. When the daylight saving finishes. When it's 8 p.m. here in Sydney, it's 8 p.m. up in Queensland, so, yeah. We're currently 3 hours behind Perth's currently 3 hours behind our time, and when that daylight saving finishes, it goes to 2, so. I know for a fact, usually our daylight saving finishes, and then usually, I think after that, it's not that far, but after that, the UK also, the times change for the UK again, but, yeah, I don't know, I just can't remember it. This is the only pattern I always forget about. I always know the pattern towards the end of the end of the year, but when it comes to the start of the year, yeah, I always get that one confused. So yeah, I just don't, with our main event live streams, I just don't want to be giving you guys wrong times if you're based in the UK. I just recently, I think I was a day behind or something like that with the US ones, and I was still giving you 4 a.m. Boston and 1 a.m. Los Angeles for our times when we start our main event live streams at 8 p.m. Here in Sydney time. So I did correct that, and it's now jumped up by an hour. So when it's 8 p.m. here in Sydney, it's 5 a.m. in Boston, and it's 2 a.m. in LA. And then it's 3 a.m. in Utah and Arizona. I think Montana's the same time as well, if I remember rightly. Anyway. That's what happens when you're a YouTuber. You just, when you want to advertise your live streaming to social media and community areas and whatnot. God, there's some issues with the bloody... we've currently fixed the passenger system, but yet now they're starting to jump up in the air onto the train and bounce off it like it's a skateboard, grind on it. And they're flying up in the air, has been creeping in more and more so over the last 6 months. But yet they reckon they've been doing optimization to the AIs. The only thing that they have finally fixed on is the passengers standing in front of the doors, coming off the train and standing in front of the doors is now finally fixed. Until probably some some update will probably break the bloody thing again. Amateur. Once again, to remind you, there's W's on the side there for you to bip your horn and to warn, because there's crossings that are on the tracks there. There's walk crossings. They're also there in the fields because obviously you go from property to property or field to field, you know. So when you see these crossings like that one there, is when you see the W, or just go, or like this. Or whatever way you want. You could either do this. That's a branch back there, actually, just there, folks. So that you can actually, that one could be added to the game. I think that's the one. I'm not too sure. Is that one or the one down further? I can't remember whereabouts it was. I think it's that one there. I think that was one of the options that they considered at the start when they were talking the extension for this route anyway. But the amount that they actually added, I'm quite surprised that they didn't actually go with that as well. It's not that much further. I think it's what 15 miles or something. 10 miles. Can't remember how long it is actually. Something like that. So it is Thursday, folks. We've got severe thunderstorms on the forecast here today, and do note that any of our live streams that we have planned could be subject to change or delay or cancellation due to severe thunderstorms on the forecast here in Sydney, Australia, where we're based in for this Thursday, the 23rd of March 2023. Our main event later on today is our Thursday night 18 Wheels, the return. For the first time in 2 weeks, we're heading on to American Truck Simulator. We've had a couple 2-week hiatus from American Truck Simulator because we've been focusing a hell of a lot on our trains lately because there's just been so much going on. And yeah, we've been playing more Euro Truck Simulator as we're starting to get more and more into that as well. And the reason why as well is because we've been focusing on Euro Truck Simulator with our first ever mods that we finally released at modland.net. Our Freight Market Pack and AI Traffic Pack have finally been released for Euro Truck Simulator. And you can download those at modland.net for Euro Truck Simulator 2. And yeah, do give them a whirl, folks. Don't bag it until you try it. don't forget to give it a big thumbs up at the modland.net site as well. But hey, be brutally honest, you give it a big thumbs up after you actually try it. Like, try it first, and if you like it, then give it a big thumbs up after that. If you are struggling with the shatters, by the way, there is coding you can put into, if you're playing on the PC Steam version, there's a coding code that you can put in actually to help you with those shatters. But depending on what PC you're also rolling with, how many gigabytes you're rolling with, and you know, all that razzle-dazzle. So do note, it is highly recommended to you know, have a decent enough setup to have mods for American Truck Simulator in the first place. What the hell? Okay. I'm not sure if that's an issue or... Yeah, I think that doesn't look right. Thanks for your insight anyway, Ashley, for that one. Appreciate that. So between April and June. And a big fan of Southeastern. Sounds like there was a Southeastern fan. Actually, got asked a question yesterday on the stream, asking me what is the route name for this Southeastern route, and I couldn't actually give him a name because all I've just known it is Train Sim World's Southeastern high speed route. I'm not sure what they call it in real life, this one actually, but I do. The only one I did say that I know about in real life, well, the only couple I know about in real life are obviously the cross city route, Birmingham cross city, and then you got the Midlands. I know about that one, and got the Brighton Main Line, which is the London Commuter. London Commuter on Train Sim World, which will probably be renamed eventually anyway, and finally just call it the Brighton Main Line, like they did with Boston Sprinter, which is now just Northeast Corridor. Finally, they've got the proper name for it. Even though it could still show up as Boston Sprinter for you guys, but it's it's a part of Northeast Corridor. It's a section of Northeast Corridor. So we all know that anyway. The amateur players won't, or not the true rail thing, that just enjoys playing Train Sim World. But yeah, like trust me, I was like you guys. I've always I've always been a big fan of trains and stuff, but I really haven't taken it seriously until I started playing Train Sim World, getting more and more into it, and I got into Train Simulator and got the honour and privilege to play many routes that are not in Train Sim World, and it's like, well, this is going on my wish list. This is going on my wish list. Birmingham Cross City was on my wish list, got released. Edinburgh, Glasgow was a route that I knew about actually before I knew about it being on Train Simulator, and actually that was a route that I was wanting on Train Sim World. Yeah, great job. They've done a good job to that. Now the patch is out, it's better. But the one German route that I really always wanted was Lincoln Road Strucker, and obviously obviously the modern version on Train Simulator is really cool, and it obviously goes to Frankfurt on the Train Simulator version. So that was on my wish list, and I wanted it to be modern. But then I seen the old school stuff on it actually running on Train Simulator. A few months ago, there was a screenshot contest winner. Sometime around last year, there was a screenshot contest winner that had an old school logo. I think it was the 103, actually. And I seen that, and I thought, oh wow, that looks pretty cool on it. and I thought, oh, might be alright to actually see it in an old version. So I was looking into it a bit more, and I've seen the history of it, and I thought, oh, okay, that looks good. And I've seen there wasn't much difference between it being modern and back in the 80s and 90s. And that's what I was looking at, the 80s and 90s, and I thought, oh, this looks pretty good. So yeah, and I knew it ran down through the Rhine River, which is Germany's biggest river. Obviously, it goes through 3 countries, and it's Germany's biggest river, and such a great scenic route. The train line going around the river sort of reminds me of a train route that goes up to Newcastle here from Sydney, up the Northern Line, and yeah, it goes around when you get to Kringai National Park, and that, like up around the Hawkesbury River. It goes around the Hawkesbury and winds its way around the river, and that's what that route sort of reminded me of straight away. I'm like, man, this is like the Hawkesbury. Look, the train line going around the lake and around the river, and I was like, wow, this is so like this is cool. So yeah, it was something close to home to me, and that was one of the reasons why I fell in love with the Nicaragua route. And when it was announced for TSW, finally, I'm like, yes, I finally got one off my list. I was pumped straight away. I'm like, this is day one, no matter what. So, yeah, really happy that's in the game now. Obviously, the Southeastern high speed, this route, you know, it's such a great UK route. Obviously, I still rate East Coast Way to be a very, very good route. This East Coast Way and Brighton Mainline and the Cross City, yeah, just 4 incredible UK routes. And yeah, there's still a few in the game that are not there that I absolutely begging for. As much as some people might call it a ZZ. I'm a big fan of the East Coast Main Line, the West Coast Main Line, also the East Coast Main Line, but the West Coast Main Line, East Coast Main Line. There's the Riviera route, which is really cool. That also goes along the beach side as well. There's North Wales coastline as well. South Wales. There's a lot of other great routes that are, just sitting there ready to go. Okay, we're coming up to our first stop on our last stop. So we're going to bring to you another trip. We'll bring you a shorter trip on the next one. Hey, my internet's holding up today. I've been trying to get a hold of my dad because he said he was going to put money on the net today because yeah, it's overdue. He told me how much, and I thought, okay, you want to take the rest of my money? Because I've just been chunking it off. I want to put $100 on it every fortnight until I got it down. But now I know how much it is. It's sort of like it's a bit hard now. The next pay, because the Royal Easter Show is coming up, and I want to take my daughter to it this year. So I went to it last year myself. It was the first time I went to it since the pandemic, and it's the first time I've been to the Royal Show for about 6, 7 years, 8 years, something like that. It's been a while. I don't go to the Royal Easter Show every year here in Sydney, because for me, it's like a concrete jungle now, and it's not as good as the original Royal Easter Show. It used to be at Moore Park. I used to absolutely adore that show so much. Growing up and going to it every year, and absolutely loved it. And yeah, I was there on the final day. Was it the final day? I think it might have been the second final day. But yeah, I was on there on the final year, and man, I had tears boiling down my eyes when I was walking out those gates for the last ever time at the original Moore Park Royal Easter Show. And yeah, it hasn't been the same ever since. These days it's a concrete jungle, where those days it was so iconic. There was so many iconic buildings in there. There was a Horden Pavilion. There was there's all the really mad buildings, and you know, it used to be up and down on a hill, and the old school arena was 10 times as bigger than the one that's currently in the now, and yeah, it's just it was so cool. Anyway, 9,570 action points on our first trip here today. I've just had another lightning bolt hit up on my radar now, and we're going to return to the timetable. I think it's north, though. I'll just double check out the door here. Got a fair bit of stuff to notice. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of stuff up north, and just sort of like northwest, and over the back of us there's a bit of cloud there as well, and some of it looks like it's hanging, so it might be a bit of spit in that. But yeah, we're good to go for now. Okay, a bit of light cloud is what we're going to... Oh, actually, we've got a nice sunny June J. 29 degrees. Woo. Is it that usually that hot in England? You don't like that type of weather, do you? 14 hours. Let's do that. All right, enjoy. Here we go. I'm pretty sure they added these back into the mix, because these were taken out, weren't they? These quick trips, and now they're back in there. So yeah, here we go. 5Y71. Gillingham Dipper, Grove Park Sliding. Still the old school way this time around. Oh yeah, we're coming out of sliding. Okay. Oop. Close those doors. Coming out of sliding, Godfather. Don't need to do that. Control Shift and Enter, and the num Enter button for all of the safety systems, folks. On the keyboard, it's quite simple. And we've got the full stacker this time around. Alright. It's actually so good actually seeing this right next to the 465s actually. Okay. Well, 465 actually just went out of the depot just now, and yep. Okay. I think that's it. Yep. Okay. We're waiting for the clearance. That's got to be a 37, surely. Okay, we're waiting till 14 hours 8 now. Obviously, I think this other one next to us will probably go before us. Let's go and see what that actually is, actually. Oh no, it's a 66. Oh, there you go. Thought it might have been a 37. Anyway, it's not the Euro Phoenix. Look at that. It's a beautiful photo there. We are waiting for the time, by the way. Yep, and that one's taken off like I said it would. Or is it? It decided to get the light, but then it's just gone red. It must have woken up from a slumber, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here we go. Okay, so the 465 has come out of the slidings first up like I thought it would. And we will be next off the ranks. So we are waiting for the clearance. Okay, so this is an empty service that we're doing actually. So this it's not a passenger service, so we're just doing it empty. So we just got to go to Gillingham. Gillingham? Oh, Rochester. Sorry. All right, we're getting ready. Oh, we've got to wait again. Jesus Christ, man. They say 408 and then they 409 it. Why don't they just 409 it straight away instead of bullshitting around? You know what I mean? Alright, we should have clearance here in a second. Good thing about it, we don't have to be there at a certain time. We just cruise this one. Now there's the Transpennine design of the Class 395 there. Darn 30 got me again. Wow. Yeah. So need to pay more attention next time. Rochester is our stop. Did we get in front of that? That was behind us, eh? that was in front of us before, so that's the one that came out. So it's a bit weird. Anyway, you think they would have let us out before that one back the slidings? If it was just going to do that, just going to play musical chairs, are we? Some railways are quite funny the way they run them. Oh, hang on. No, I'm just going to let you through. No, you go first. Oh, I'll catch you. I'll just stop up further. Oh, no worries, mate. You sure? I can go now and then you don't have to do that later. No. I just want to go in front and see what it's like. All right. You're the one who wants to crash on the track, so be it. Bye. Anyway, a little joke just there. Yeah, they're definitely incorrectly scoring this. They have to be. Because, once again, it's a bronze medal. It's incorrectly scoring. Has to be 100%. That's not right. You know, for us having to wait and all that. And we've done everything correctly. So, anyway. Alright, there we go with our coverage of the Class 375 Electrostar. It's been an honour and privilege bringing you the gameplay of the Class 375 Electrostar here at Australia Worldwide Gaming here on this Thursday, the 23rd of March 2023 from our studios in Sydney, Australia to the world. I bid you a farewell for now. There'll be links on the screen on the full HD replay for recent Train Sim World 3 gameplay, as well as our massive midweek World of Trains live stream of the 119th episode that we did all 5 locos of the Loco Bundles 2-pack in that 3 hours and 8 minutes live stream. All 5 locos were in that one live stream. So check it out today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
More Train Sim World 3 coming up later today.